It's Lowbacks.com. Yeah. Started with some back pain, now I'm laughing. Let's jump into it. What does C.A.R.s stand for? Well, C.A.R.s stands for Controlled Articular Rotation at Any Joint. So, when we're doing an exercise, our joints are being stressed to move in certain directions. And when we train, sometimes we find moving in some specific direction or way is very challenging. What C.A.R.s does is helps improve our mobility and ability to move in any specific range of motion. So you can see me here, I'm working on my ankle C.A.R.s. So what I'll do to work on these ankle C.A.R.s is first get my foot in a position where I can relax and control the rest of my body. Standing and balancing makes this extra challenging, so laying on my back is a lot easier. Once I'm on my back, I can support my leg and move my ankle freely, just focusing on the full range of motion that I can get within that joint. So I'm looking to pull my ankle in and push it around all the way around the entire joint as much as I can in each direction. This is the key with controlled articular rotation. So I'm doing this at any joint. Now I jump into an exercise like this where I'm dropping my knees from side to side. Now this isn't specifically very focused on one joint. This is more of a systemic controlled articular rotation, but it is fixated within the hips. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to get my hips to open up and be more accepting of a bigger range of motion. By dropping my knees to the side and pulling them up and over, I'm forcing the range of motion to happen at the hip that I may not be accustomed to. And that's something that will help improve my body's ability to do things like squat and lunge. Now there's a little progression I do here to show you guys what to do. And you can see that the advanced version is to keep your hands together as you roll from side to side. But there's also other exercises I can do and get more precise with the way I use C.A.R.s. This example here of doing my hip C.A.R.s is very fixated on controlling the rest of my body as I move my hip around a specific range of motion. This movement is extremely challenging when done effectively. So what you're trying to do is really pull your hip into these ranges of motion that it's not accustomed to. So as I lift my foot up, I'm trying to lift it up as high as I can off the floor. And then as I pull it around, I'm trying to pull it around like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant and prevent it from getting close to the floor and lifting my knee up before I put that foot down. And I'm trying to put my foot down as far forward as I can. And that's very challenging. And it's in the challenge of that range of motion that we gain neurological control and more muscle activation, which builds strength around that joint. Similar here, as you see as I'm doing these laying Supermans, I'm reaching my arms up and around. And you notice my thumbs come down because I'm rotating at my shoulder as well as lifting it up and around. This is what's forcing the muscles to activate and the neurological connection to really get ingrained so that I have better control of my shoulder. All of these type of exercises are essential for improving pain when you're dealing with joint injuries and joint irritations. Give some of these exercises a try. You watch them here in my little demo, but I also have each one of these exercises broken down for you on my Instagram and within my YouTube. So please check out each one of these exercises by itself as I go into a little more detail on how to more effectively do each one of these exercises. But all in all, this was a great example of what C.A.R.s is and what you can do to apply C.A.R.s to your daily routine. These are three of my favorite C.A.R.s exercises: the ankle, the hip, and the shoulder. But there are plenty more you can do, and there's a plethora of different ways in which you can apply C.A.R.s to your body today, and it's a great way to stimulate and improve your body's ability to move. Give this stuff a try. It's Lowbacks.com. Yeah. Started with some back pain, now I'm